welcome to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Datia. We have with us Mr. VP Nandkumar, MD and CEO at Manappuram Finance, joining in. Welcome to the show, Mr. Nandkumar, and always a pleasure to speak to you as well. Mr. Nandkumar, my first question coming to you is, how would you actually describe the last quarter of FY22? Has it met your internal expectations? What were the hits and misses according to you?
So last quarter, overall, I would say good. If you take from the angle of profitability, yes, it remained flat. I am speaking from the angle of business. Why? Because even though the demand from the lower end of the pyramid remained very low, but we are able to maintain the business. Gold loan, the gold loan or AEM at that level. So, and now, with our school reopening, etc., it is going to start now. We are showing improvement. So we are able to maintain that in gold loan. And I hope this month the trend is, we'll see some growth, and from June onwards, we hope things will be better. And our yield also during this quarter may improve by at least by 100 basis points, which is also good. And in spite of that, we are able to get growth.
Yeah. Right. And overall, if you see in terms of the performance as well, clearly, how has the collection efficiency been and the quality of growth in the MFI books?
Yeah, I am coming to that. So the second is the MFI. The MFI for the last 3-4 months, it remained around 100% collection, which includes the audio collection also. So it means there is some stability. And what we have seen is the delinquency level is coming down, but NPA and write-offs are there because in some of the customers sought for restructuring and moratorium, etc. In those segments, we see a higher delinquency, which are slowly turning into NPAs. But overall delinquency, if you take, because new disbursals are also there, that is coming down. And new disbursals, the collections have gone to almost to the level of pre-COVID level, but there is a small reduction, which may be 1% less. But the business environment, I would rate that to be, it is good in MFI, because now having understood these challenges and I realize, probably I hope they're realizing the need to raise capital for the business. The regulation also has shown some element of rationality as far as the MFI regulation is concerned, because a lot of changes with the freedom to price the product, plus up to 25%, we can do other lending as while remaining as a MFI company. So this is good.
Right. And when you talk about vehicle finance and housing finance as well, how is the collection efficiency and the growth looking like?
So the secured business like vehicle finance or the secured MSME, etc., the collections are over 10%, including arrear collection. And in vehicle finance, the collection, the NPA, GNPA has come down to around 4%. Net NPA is 2.3%. It is coming down. And in secured MSME, it is low. It is around 2% only GNPA. So it is going good, and vehicle finance and our affordable housing book, the NPA has been brought down to below 6%. It was around over 12% last quarter. So in this way, the collections are good. The business disbursements are also are going fine. All secured lending other than gold and MFI, the dispersals are in the range of 250 to 300 crores now. Yeah. So it is showing traction.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of where the yields in the gold loan business are concerned, are we seeing improvement in the coming quarters?
So our dispersal yield is around 21% now. So one thing internally, what we have decided, yeah, there is even though there is competition in the market with regard to pricing, etc. So the one reason is the demand from one segment, that is lower end of the segment, is down, and money availability is there with everybody because the money in the market, as the market liquidity is very high, anyone is able to get money at a lower pricing also. And with the lower demand for the product, loan products, and easy availability of money at a lower cost, that is leading to some sort of price war amongst NBFCs. But from our side, we have decided that we will position with a reasonable pricing. So that's why our yield on disbursement has come down by around 150 basis points.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of the cost of borrowing as well, I think it's the lowest that we've seen right now in terms of the last 9 to 10 quarters. But with the RBI increasing rates as well, where do you see the cost of borrowing stabilizing in terms of FY23? Because currently we are in that 7 to 7.2% bracket.
So now the incremental borrowing cost remains well below 6%. So even though there is a 40 bits increase in the policy rate, repo rate, and also the RBI as other central banks, we believe that there will be further hike because the inflation is also going. So we hope that, but see, the borrowing is not borrowing, the overall borrowing of the demand for credit has not picked up in all the segments. Some of the segments it is seen, some of the segments the credit requirement has not come to that level. So whereas the banks, the liability has grown. So this definitely put pressure on the banking system to lend more. So I think the liquidity may not be a problem, and the increase in the pricing also, I don't see a big jump to happen. I think it may move with the policy rates, repo rates, etc. So, and I don't expect a sudden jump in the borrowing cost.
Right. And in terms of geographical presence as well, majority of our contribution still comes from the southern states. Are we seeing a change in that mix?
So southern states also, we see in some states we see the demand started growing, like in Andhra and Kerala we see the demand is slowly increasing. Tamil Nadu and Karnataka is yet to pick up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And overall, if you see in terms of from here on as well, which
Hmm.
are the segments that will actually drive growth and profitability if you have to take into consideration MFI, vehicles, as well as housing finance?
So gold, we are targeting a minimum of 10% growth this year. We hope yeah, somewhere around 8 to 10% we will be able to achieve this year.
Hmm.
I'm judging from the trend. And in microfinance, we will definitely grow 20%, 20-25%.
Hmm.
Because, yeah, we are dispersing at that range at a slightly higher pricing. We have factored the credit cost also while deciding upon the pricing.
Hmm.
The average, what was the average credit cost during the last 10 years, we have taken, and accordingly, we are pricing the product. So the pricing has gone up by around nearly 4% now. So at this rate, yeah, at this level, we may disperse around 6,000 crores in MFI this year. So the average of the 3,000 crore book will enjoy on an average a higher pricing, etc. This will definitely benefit and make MFI industry in a stage of being in a making a ROE of around 15% this year.
Right. And overall, what's the overall growth that we are looking at?
So this year, yeah, there are many uncertainties, as we all know, many uncertainties. But still, I am targeting a growth
Hmm.
of actual growth of 15 to 20%.
Right. So that's the outlook looking like in terms of FY23 as well.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mr. Nandkumar, for joining us on the show. It's always a pleasure to speak to you.
thank you,
Thank you. Good luck for the coming quarters and speak to you soon again. Stay safe.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.